foot on the bicep. So like you like to play, right? Both feet, controlling the sleeves, right? Yeah, all this kind of stuff. So I like to do this too. I also like to go foot on the hip, one on the bicep, and stretch like this. Which is also, you know, however, it's just another option to do that. Not controlling your posture with the throw, holding the lapel and stretching the bicep like this, right? So one cool thing, like to get your partner off balance, like if you're kind of like trying to base back a little bit, right? So now I can put my foot on the floor. It's like rather than if I'm gonna give up this control, right? Then I'm gonna have to give up this grip as well, yeah, to fix another. So if I'm here and I got the foot on the hip, now I'm gonna put my foot between your leg on the floor, right? And I'm gonna drive off this foot and I'm gonna yank you this way, right? So I'm gonna here, yank you this way, right? So most of the time, what's gonna end up happening is, just like you did, you're gonna end up catching yourself, right? Because you have this hand still in play. So the cool thing that can happen with this is once you start to base yourself back, right? Like I try to throw you forward, you base yourself this way. Now what I can do is with the same grips that I have, I can take this right here, keep the tension on, but instead of pushing my leg straight, I like to bend my leg down with the pressure on the bicep and sit you back down like this way. Yeah? Here, I'm playing this type of spider guard like this, right? So if I'm lucky, I'll get to really yank you and maybe get you off balance, right? So from here, and I really yank you and keep this foot extended. Use this as like another lever to throw you that way. But if you fall, then that's it. I'll try and come on top. But if it's here, go here and I yank, and you start to base yourself back. As you start to posture yourself back up, I'm already stepping on the bicep to pull you back down. It's pretty powerful, guys. So those two work pretty well hand in hand. But the other thing that I like a lot too is that I have this foot on the bicep here, and I'm stretching you out like this. This foot is already on the hip, so it's gonna make it easy for me to climb my hips up high right from here. Yank you in, slip on the triangle. And if you start to posture up, I'll push your head away and move to the block. So, a couple of different things we can try and mess around with. Yeah. So it's just going to be a basic one on the collar. So wherever you like, however high on the collar you like to grab. Here and then foot on the bicep. So right now, even if we were here and I didn't quite have enough time to set it up, I'm still pretty safe, yeah. You probably end up killing this leg on your hip first. To start to move around that way. The cool thing about that too is if you're gonna start to move into side control, which most people would, because you're gonna start to try and close this space to put the pressure on me, and then we got that other sweep. Right here, that way. You guys wanna mess around with those a couple times? That probably fits right into your wheelhouse right there. Yeah. So try to go right on the bend of the elbow.
Okay,
Yeah, there you go. Scarecrow that guy. Here. So go foot on the floor. Yeah, you can launch him that way. So you're kind of like pulling over your head and pulling with your. Yeah, there you go. That direction. So just like how he based back.
It's even from right, yeah, even from right there, it's a good, just like leg entry too.
Yeah. Yeah. You can even spin up. So go ahead and try that a couple times, and I'll show you like a little option you can get off of that too. Let's see. So just give him a little bait pulling forward. Now when he starts to tip back, bend your leg and pressure his bicep down. It's hard because he's not really
Hard,
giving. He's not giving you any.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Because there's got to be enough tension here between the foot rotation to keep that tight,
Yeah.
keep that distance, and you can pull it off.
Yeah. There you go. And now when he starts to, if he starts to stand up, like there, yeah. So it's got to be like.
It's go under somehow.
Should I do it like that? So I'm going. I think you had it right. So I'm going here, right? Yeah. As soon as he starts to posture back up, say if he doesn't sit all the way back up, like how he did to the back one second, just back it up. Right here, right? I'm gonna start to yank, get him all the way over here. If he starts to base back up, right, when he starts to stand tall, and I can't put the pressure on his bicep, right? The other option for me is, because he's so close to me now, right? I can bring this knee back in here. Because first I went like this, boom, he didn't go. Then he starts to base back up. I'll bring this knee back in between us, and I'll just quit both grips, come back in here. Sometimes that's going to be the scenario. Guys are so strong and they realize what you're trying to counter the sweep with. And then he's standing right over the top of me now. His base is right here. I just take away both legs. But the other option too is the second one. We're here, right? Boom, he doesn't go, but now he's super tall over me. I just yank him down. I try and go from right there. Just lift your hips right up. I yank him down as I shoot my hips up. So if he doesn't go, just bring your knees back in between. Go. Yep. Second one, hook comes in, and just flare it out. A little triangle. Or here, X guard is right there too. Yeah. Yep. Same game I get too.
Me too, I also get sick. I don't do no fancy
Me
stuff.
too. I get that.
I don't like stuff. I don't like to do stuff. Yeah.
Right away.
You want friends? I don't know that way.
How do you get them back over that way?
So, go back to those grips you just had. Put it right in the bend of his elbow right there, right? Yeah. So when you put your foot on the floor to yank him over your head, when he starts to stand back,
Going this way, going this way, this way.
I'm pulling him straight over my head. Yeah. And now, if he starts to, now it's going to be difficult for you to sweep him backwards because he's almost laying on the ground. Yeah. So if he didn't fall and he starts to try to pull back, then I like lift my hip off the floor and I stomp on his bicep. So I put all my weight on my foot and I drive this rotate back. Yeah, and now when he starts to stand back up, lift your hip off the floor, like you're actually trying to stand on his bicep. Okay, your hip's not coming off the ground. You gotta lift your hip off the ground. So like trying to do it for you so you can feel what that feeling is like. Take some strength. Here, right? So now if I stretch you away this way, and you start to back up to defend me, pulling you forward, like that. See how my hip comes off the ground? Okay. I'm like stomping on your bicep.
Oh, I thought you were trying to do the leg straight.
So I'm bending down. I'm trying to take you from standing up tall to drive you back down.
And that's just super back.
That's the super back. If they start to give too much weight, like they want to go back, and it's almost like this the pressure you're putting on the forearm and being able to not face themselves out, you're gonna like drive them backwards. Down. So you really gotta elevate your hips off the floor.
From here.
Yeah. And when he starts to try and walk back from here. Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Now, hip up. There you go. Get the hip up. There you go.
Super
Now,
high.
now you're putting pressure on.
See, okay, so like maybe keep that grip right there. Keep the grip on his sleeve. Right? Keep that grip. You see how like you got him super stretched out right now? Now you're in like Triangle City. Just go, yeah. I'm trying to like stomp on that bicep so hard. If they're trying to pull back, if they're really like intent on like, I don't like this feeling on my bicep. I don't like being rocked forward. When you start to go back, it has to be like timed, yeah? It gotta be the timing of it. I think that's one of those sweeps that works better in a live roll when your partner is really trying to get away from you. Yeah. See how he's like he's straight up and down like that. Yeah.
Yep.
And then his triangle.
Well,
It's probably the better option.
yeah. Just give it a quick. I think it'd be harder for me, at least, to get the leg back through, especially if it's open like this. Once you've got the right angle here,
Yeah.
like
Poke it back
it's a
through.
poke it already through. Like if I would go for the sweep wheel, just
Kind of foot on the hip.
keep the foot already on the hip.
Now if you do that too, when you yank him forward, you got another spring to roll him off. And you roll the whole hip.
Like that.
Check something out real quick. So here, this one. Take this out of the way. So we throw it this way. Just
That's it.
so I'm like almost giving you.
We're getting ready to get you
Yeah,
out of line.
but I'm also, another thing I need to do is, which is kind of risky, is take this off and give you the pass.
Pass.
Yeah, you gotta end up. Probably the straight ankle for that knee bar is a thing that sometimes too. Yeah.
You gotta get your head on the other side though.
I gotta get all the way through. Try that again. For the knee bar, yeah.
So here, you go here.
Ooh, even better, another arm bit.
Nice. Just know it's there.
See.
We're gonna try to.
Yeah, triangle's a lot.
Triangle's right there. Even if you just grab it.
I mean, it's right there already, too. So keep that foot on his hip.
Oh, you want to get around. So you jump it before or after?
So it depends on what you want to do, right? But if you want to set up the triangle or overhead sweep, you keep your left foot on his hip.
Oh, you don't jump it at all.
So like Isaiah, you could yank him straight over you, like let your legs bend as you pull him, and now let like a spring, let it unwind. Yep, that one.
Oh, that's good too. Okay.
Yep.
But you can take the gravity once I get, if I set our gravity over top of you, just pick me right up. This one.
So like check out, look at this, Isaiah.
Push.
Isaiah. It's like this one. It's like this one. It's like this one. Like you know, Fergal's going, and I push him with my feet so that I can have a reaction of him pushing back into me, and then now he's like. So the same concept I'm using. I'm using the same concept. I'm pushing so that I get a reaction of him to push back into me, and then now I can launch him. Right? Same as the 2 foot on the head. You just have one on the bicep now. I let him load on top of me, then when his weight is right over me, I spring out. Go right over the top. Okay?
And then when he's in the air, it would be a good time to transition to triangle, right?
Throw that triangle.
Pop him up, and as he's floating in the air,
Yep. So look here, I got the spider guard on him. He started to, I want him to react, so I push him away, so he pushes back into me. Sorry for no time. I can roll into that sweep, or like Mitch is saying, I can just launch him straight up and then slap the triangle on right there. Okay, right. So I get a reaction, he starts to go.
my feet are off the ground. And it's,
You're not really thinking about anything
No,
else,
so
you're trying to get your balance back.
that's a good distraction.
You got this, Isaiah. You got this, dude. Yeah.
That's it. Try to hunt that angle too, right away.
You feel like when he starts to come on you, you got that. You have enough power to
I'll keep a little more strength in that leg. And just kind of like isometric it and lock it so it moves from the hip. So you're not moving here, right? You're keeping this solid, but you're moving from the hip. And then you can extend.
Just keep that foot connected.
Try to keep this at 90 degrees. If you go below that, you lose a lot of power. So you keep that at 90 degrees, and then as I bend, you bend from the hip.
There you go.
Nice. That was perfect. Feel difference? Yeah.
That's the one. Just drill that one. Then when you get the 2 feet on the hips on, it'll be so easy.
Nice.
You gotta let your foot extend a little bit more, right? You're letting him load on top of you, and you're just trying to go over your shoulder. If you let him load on you, then extend your legs, he's gonna fly right over the top of your legs. So, yep,
Towards the
at
end.
the right time, yeah.
Once that leg is already pivoted past center.
Extend. Yes. Is that better? Way better. Way better.
I'll give you a little defense. You're going to try that, and then I'll probably beat out.
Triangle, yep. Yep. Nice.
Yeah, it's dangerous. I don't like it.
Me too. I'm always trying to keep my
I
mind.
try not to be there.
Yeah, it's
Being
dangerous.
there, it's really uncomfortable.
Especially, it can, make you look like a scarecrow.
Yeah.
It's super dangerous, right? So, that works really, like, for me, this type of spider works really good, because I like the feeling of having my partner's posture broken. I like that. It feels strong. This, to me, feels stronger than this.
Yeah.
Just me personally.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a little bit too much.
Yeah. You got more control because his torso is free.
Exactly.
When you grab the collar,
Yeah, like kimono, yeah.
now his posture change.
Yeah.
And you-
I'm able to do this.
Your leash is short.
Very,
Up here is longer.
and you have more pull.
Exactly. Like, you can do that to me too, right there. Right? I'm trying to keep you bent.
But I can't break that collar either.
Right.
If you have the thing, and I have this arm free.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough, but yeah.
True. But I feel like if I can stretch you as much as I want like this, but now that you can bring your hips into me, yeah.
Yes.
All that kind of stuff. And this is just my personal preference, yeah. If you like playing spider like this, that's totally up to you too. I just like the one on the collar and the one on the hip. I feel like it's better. I feel like now because like the better way to start to pass me would be to put your hips in and pressure. Yeah.
And do that pressure against it.
Exactly. But if I'm active, right, and I start to really start to go from my foot to start to play with it, now I can start to, I can already start to keep your posture broken down and keep the tension on your hips. This feels more secure. Just personal preference. Yeah.
So, we can play around a minute or two on the top, and the bottom guy's trying to sweep or submit, and the top guy's trying to pass that sweater. So just like a good tip, like I said, I put that on my finger.
You play it however you like. Whatever one feels stronger to you. See, look how much you can just break my posture. Yeah. This is bad, man.
Yeah.
This is really bad. Right? So now you could also swing this under my armpit and catch me from the top, right? Yes. So, just a quick tip for the guy on the top trying to pass. Okay? So that it's like a little bit fair, right? Yeah, you got this kind of stuff going on. Okay? So the guy on the top, just so you have like a better chance, understand like the problem in this particular situation, the problem is this right here. Yeah? So you gotta try to break this first. It's not gonna be easy because you only gonna have one hand, right? So that's kind of the pecking order of trying to fix yourself, getting rid of this first. However, in this situation, because you cannot deal with this with two hands, sometimes it's better to deal with the one that's bothering your arm first. Like for me, if somebody had me stuff like this, first thing I'll do is try and sink my hips down first. I either use my knees to break it, now I can go 2-on-1, or the other thing I'll try to do for me, personally, either one, is if I'm here and I can just get this hand behind. So I can peel it with this. So, just a little bit for the top guy to think about and work with. Because the bottom guy has all the advantage, yeah?
Yes.
So, go for it. Try it out. Not gonna be easy, I'll tell you that. Go for it. Just think about your balance. Yeah, what's your balance? Good base. Good job. Too strong, guys. Start again. 1 minute to go. Perfect speed. Perfect speed working on those sweep. Just like that. 10 seconds. Switch them up. On to the top. Some work, huh?
think about staying connected, yeah? Your feet staying connected. Get your grips. Scoot away, scoot. Nice. Good recovery. Good try. Yep. Summertime, the sun comes right inside.
Right in here. Wait, it's a breaker now, man.
The sauna, yep. It's nice and hot. Yeah, stretch that leg. That's it. Good. Yeah. Scoot back, scoot back, scoot back. 30 seconds. Go for that seat, going straight over your head like that. Like you just did. Go in the butt. Set that thing up. Nice. Awesome. Good work. It's tough on the hands, huh? Yeah. Getting those grips, yeah?
Very good. So, I'm on the triangle.
So, you guys, squeeze that for you. You go your back that way. No. Yeah, keep it going that way. That way. Outside, out. No.
Just move
Don't
straight
turn.
back, straight back.
Keep the lock. Keep the lock. Just wiggle yourself. Your head gotta go down. Yes, no more. When you do that, I sink into your deeper to your hips over here. My voice already changed. You can finish. Yeah. So,
Go back in. So I got this. You're squishing me down, so I gotta go this way. See how lovely? That's this wiggle.
When you're trying to stack, yeah.
so you guys try to stack you. So you use good like sinking bigger ammo like that.
Just by
Create that difference.
you create a space, I fall into the hole. Because I'm over here on top of you.
And you push your weight.
Yeah, if you don't move your back, that's my escape.
Yeah?
Yes.
But for once you have the locking, it's for you too, yeah?
You have lock in the dice right going that way, you start doing it. And not sinking, but
You can see my voice change over.